Welcome to the Great American Collectibles Show, seen Wednesdays on the Sports Collectors Daily Facebook page and the Great American Collectibles Facebook page. You can also listen to us on iHeartRadio, Pandora, and Spotify. The Great American Collectibles Show is brought to you by the National Sports Collectors Convention and Sports Collectors Daily. Tonight's headlines are brought to you by Sports Collectors Daily. For all your hobby news, features, and more, go to sportscollectorsdaily.com. And now your host, Tom Zappola, and Red Sox Hall of Famer, Rico Petrocelli.
Hello.
What are you doing?
I don't know. You gave me stuff from for the National.
The stuff for the National you're supposed to put aside.
Well, I did right here.
And that's not all of it, is it?
I don't know. You tell me.
Oh, my God.
Wait a minute.
Help me. I'm begging you.
How about this page? Blank.
It's blank. Welcome to the Great American Collectibles Show. Tom Zappola, my good friend and co-host, Red Sox Hall of Famer, Rico Petrocelli in the house with us. How are you, buddy?
All right, very good. Thank you. It's great to be here, guys.
We're excited.
Three great guests.
Yeah, we got a great show today. We've got our good friend, Mr. Sicily. That's your new nickname, Charlie.
Mr. Sicily.
Charlie Parrino from JRI Cards is going to be with us for the whole hour. Charlie has been with us for a long time. Then we have Jeremy Murray from Pristine Auctions. Jeremy, how are you?
Jeremy.
It'll help if I'm unmuted.
There you
we
go.
all do that.
Jeremy,
I've done that.
Jeremy is here representing Pristine because at the National, they're going to be doing a charity auction with the other gentleman you see, Murray Henderson, famed artist. Murray's got some paintings as well as James Fiorentini's got some paintings in the charity auction. So Jeremy's going to talk about the auction at the National. 31 items. There's some great items, and it's all going to a great, great cause.
Yep.
We are leaving tomorrow for the National.
Yeah, right.
You know that they have, I was able to book us extra room seats,
What do you mean extra room seats?
You can spread your legs out.
Oh, you mean on the plane?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can you mention the airlines?
JetBlue.
JetBlue, yeah. Okay. Yeah, let's hope the...
Delta. We're going to fly Delta.
Oh, Southwest.
No. Listen, by the way, a lot of you folks know we've been talking about it. I'm having a knee replacement surgery in about 2 weeks, so I've been hobbling around.
Yeah.
And we are going to be hanging on Friday. We hope you can stop by and see us because I'm not going to be able to kind of move around the convention floor.
Oh, I can.
You can.
I can.
So we hope you guys can stop by and see us. We're going to be hanging in the GTS distribution lounge right next to the Burka stage.
Oh.
We're going to be broadcasting the show on Friday from 1 to 3 on the Burka stage. We've got a ton of great guests lined up. It's going to be a lot of fun. We've got a lot of giveaways. You should see the giveaways we got.
Really?
Got some really cool stuff.
Good.
Really cool stuff. And what else? Stop by and see us, and then you're going to be doing a signing at 3 o'clock?
3 o'clock.
A VIP signing from 3 to 5, I think.
Right.
They paying you?
No, I don't take money.
Okay.
I take gift cards.
You don't take money. All right. Charlie, you can jump here anytime you want. We're going to be talking about, you're going to be doing a ton of stuff this week because you're not going to be at the convention. But let's get to Jeremy first. Jeremy, kind of give us an overview of this charity auction that Pristine is sponsoring for the National.
Yeah, we're excited to be the host for the auction again. We've done this for a couple of years now. For this year in Cleveland for 3 great causes: the Greater Cleveland Food Bank, City Mission here in Cleveland, and then Greater Cleveland Sports Commission. So 3 great charities are going to be helped out by the generosity of the dealers that have donated some great items to the auction. Murray Henderson being one of those, with an amazing painting that he did for a LeBron painting that he'll get to. But we've got amazing items in this auction that kind of range from graded Babe Ruth cards, 48 leaf Babe Ruth cards. We've got Mantle signed balls, Jeter, SP Jeter rookie, some really, really nice stuff there for if you're able to attend the National or not attend the National, you're able to bid on some of these items.
Now you can go onto the NSCC site and click on the link.
Yep, it's available there. If you go to the top, there's a link there. It says National Charity Auction, or you can go to our website, pristineauction.com, and it'll take you to a link on the left that says National Charity Auction, and you can bid on those items there.
Now
Started.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
No.
It started on July 20th, and it wraps up on the 27th, which is the Saturday of the National this week.
That's coming up this week. Now, Murray, James Fiorentino is a very close friend of the show. Been with us for a long time. He's appeared on the show many times with us. So you and James have kind of collaborated on a couple of paintings that are going to be in the auction. Can you tell us about that? And I don't know if can he see them? No, you're not going to be able to see the paintings. So we're just, as you're speaking, we're just going to display them.
Yeah, well, James, as I know, is all local Cleveland heroes. Mine is LeBron James, and I have an actual pair of Nike Zooms on the painting, and it's the style that he wore when he was here. So that's pretty cool. It's like a 3D piece.
Nice.
But James and I collaborated. He sent me one of his paintings of Cal Ripken Jr. So what I did is I painted my style over top of his.
That's cool.
So we have, both of our paintings on one, and it's going to be signed here at the National. So when James gets here, I think I'm going to probably take the painting to his booth and have it there for a bit, and then we'll maybe bring it to mine as well. So my booth's, I think it's 6051.
Now, so that's basically a one of one.
Yes. Yeah, exactly.
Beautiful.
101.
Do you know what the Jeremy? Do we have a starting bid on that? Because I've heard some astronomical numbers that those things are going to go for.
Well, I know that the pieces of art that the Cleveland athletes and Murray's LeBron piece are going to start at $7,500, which seems like a deal.
It really is.
Yeah.
So I think that'll be surpassed, but those are the prices for those two pieces.
Fantastic.
The charities, both even religious organizations, they rely. I mean, they don't get money from their organization.
Right.
Let's say they rely on things like this, and that's it. Not only to keep the charity going, but they make money.
Good point.
To live on. I mean, they need this, and it's great that you guys are doing it.
And our viewers and listeners, I know we've got some high rollers out there, so we're encouraging everyone to if you can get on there and put your bid in, because I think it's real important. Charlie was kind enough. Thank you. Charlie was kind enough to
donate $100,000
to come down to Florida. We did a fundraiser in Florida.
Yes,
and Charlie's
great.
Co-auctioned the event with me. Rico was there, obviously signing, and we raised about in 2 hours, Charlie. We raised about $20,000 or $25,000 for the Little Smiles Children's Organization down there. Now, Jeremy, I know you guys. I mean, and we've talked about it with Jared for many, many, many years. You guys do all kinds of charity stuff. Tell us about some of the things that Pristine does.
Yeah, it's one of the real blessings to work for a company like this, where they give back to the community, and not just locally. They do some events in Mexico, building homes for families that are underprivileged.
Yeah.
It is a really a great organization that Jared and his wife Camilla have put together to really give back to those that are in need.
That's fabulous.
Yeah, I mean, we've talked about that with Jared about the house building.
Yeah.
Now, Murray, tell us about the art that you do? You don't do just sports art, correct?
Well, I'm kind of everywhere right now. I got it all started because I used to do photorealism art, and I accidentally spilt paint on my art. My friend said, "Now that's art." He liked the splashes on it, and that's how this new style of mine came. So that's what I've done, and I've donated millions to charities as well. I know James has too. It seems like art is kind of a thing that at an auction, people sometimes don't think about buying art. And then when they see it, they know it's going to a good cause. It's just a great way to raise funds. So hopefully we raise a lot of money.
As a matter of fact, at the auction that we did with Charlie, James donated, it was a one-of-one print of Mike Eruzione from the 80 hockey, American Olympic hockey team. And Mike happened to live right down the street
from where we were doing it.
So Tommy Cerrito, I believe, bought it, and then a week later got Mike to sign it.
That's wonderful.
Very cool piece.
Is it all paint or watercolors or anything else like that? Because my son went to art school, and he's pretty good, you know. And he paints the house, the garage.
Well, you know, my style is actually, I took a photorealistic airbrush course. So all my faces are airbrushed. So that's how I get the high detail.
Yeah.
I want all my guys to at least look as close to realism as they can, and then the rest is acrylic, abstract. And I call my style exact abstract.
Nice.
And so you know, I've done so many different sports figures. I started back with the NHL. I worked with a lot of hockey charities, and that was back when I was doing realism. So that's kind of where my sports art really took off. So that's started back in, like, I hate to say it, like a '93 kind of thing.
Yeah.
So
that's great. You kidding me? Did you do individual players too, or you know, what type?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, James did one of you.
Yeah, right.
James, that was a nice one. He did. Was that a
darts? He threw darts.
No, was that an oil thing that he did? Yeah. James did one for Rico
My
and
nose
presented.
was too big, I thought.
He presented it to you at the National a couple of years ago. Very nice. Very nice.
Yeah. You know, get me any picture or anything from your career. I'd love to do one for you. I'd be honored.
Who, Tom? I would do him.
From my little league career.
With his knee brace.
Exactly. Charlie, I know you're a big art aficionado. Do you collect art at all? I'm being facetious.
Not too much. I got a couple of pictures, non-sports though. I got a picture of Sinatra and Dean Martin in my house, numbered, but not too much with the board. The artwork for me is a card, like a nice card of Joe DiMaggio, which I'm going to get graded. That to me, I actually on our show call it it's artwork.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more, man.
It's cardboard, but it's actual artwork.
Well, if you look at the prices, and Jeremy, I think you can agree with us here. You know, based on some of the prices now that the real vintage cards are getting, I'm talking from the Wagners down to the 33 Gaudy Roots and Gehrigs and all of that. I mean, people are spending $1 million on an item, and people are spending $1 million on a Renoir or a whatever, Grandma Moses, whatever it is. Yeah. I mean, you have to look at it as a piece of art, and I think that's the way a lot of the vintage, the hard-nosed vintage collectors look at it.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
I mean,
I think so too. I was going to ask you what the colors on the cards. How is that? Is it photoed? Is it? They don't actually. An artist doesn't do it.
Well, that's a good question.
Yeah, I mean, I was always curious.
Some of the non-sport artists did. Mars Attacks and the Civil War cards were actually artwork. Some of the pictures, that's a good question. Whether it's an actual photograph. Today, it's an actual photograph, but back then, it could have just been a color image of the player.
Well, you know, you look at Charlie, you go back, and Jeremy, you look at some of the T206 images. I mean, you know, there's some great artwork there. Some are from prints, some are from original photos. I think that's the other thing, is that Type 1 photos have really, really taken root. Good quality Type 1 photos. And then a lot of artists have been working off of that also.
Real quick, guys, some of Murray's artwork, he's done some art of actual cards. Look at it.
Oh, you have?
Really, really cool stuff there. So mixing art in with the actual card is one of those things. And also one of the things to look at is the comic book world, is the artwork that those guys put in. Another collectible piece that is a lot of people just consider the artwork a really, really collectible piece in that aspect. So cards, comic books, actual art, everything just kind of in the eye of the beholder.
Murray, what is your specialty? Like, if you had to pick one genre, is it
By the numbers.
Is it baseball? Is it what is it?
Well, actually, I did a lot with hockey. I played up junior hockey. I was a hockey player myself, and basically, I'm a Canadian, so of course, did lots of hockey. Football probably would be next, then baseball. I mean, I've been down in the States now. This is my 4th year in the States. I got an agent who brought me down.
Yeah.
And that's kind of how I got down here. So, of course, I haven't done too many hockey pieces lately. It's a lot of basketball, baseball, football. I've also got we got a whole bunch of cards here. Like I got a whole wall full of my style with like the Babe Ruth Gowdy card. And
So do you have your own booth there? Are you set up by yourself or?
Yeah, I got a big one right next to Beckett. So I got a 20 by 40 booth. Yeah.
And did you say you're next to Beckett?
Yep.
Good, because I have to track them down.
Yeah,
I've got that ticket.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
that's a whole nother story.
Well, we'll do
Jeremy, I'm going to tell you this story.
golf
because
card for you.
I'm
We'll
going
get
to
a
tell you
golf-
this story because I have
Oh,
I have a
God.
beef with PSA,
Take a
big
break.
beef.
Take a break.
Real quickly, we got a few minutes. So, local auction here, great auctioneer, guy's been around for 100 years. His name is John McGinnis, very, very popular. Doesn't really get into sports, gets into fine art, pieces from the 1700s. And honestly, I bid on, you okay? He had a 1912, dated April 19th, 1912, full ticket opening game at Fenway Park, the very first game at Fenway Park. When I saw that, I know that there's only 2 or 3 in existence. That game on April 19th got rained out. So the opening day was actually on the 20th. I had all the provenance for that card, and I submitted it to PSA for authentication. They would not authenticate it simply because their policy is they do not authenticate tickets that have been postponed.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, like a rain out.
Yeah. But I said, guys, this is, I have all the provenance. They said, yeah, we know, but that's our policy. So now I have to bring it to Beckett because I know Beckett is the only other ones that authenticate tickets. So we're going to see what happens. It's going to be interesting.
Very interesting.
Anyway, Charlie, before we let these 2 gentlemen go, you're not going to be at the National this year, correct?
Correct.
Why?
Well, we were there 2 years ago, Atlantic City. We were on a main stage. We opened up a 61 Fleer. We're more of a studio. We're more live, and we like to be in our studio. It's tough to bring that whole studio atmosphere there.
Gotcha.
We made a decision a couple weeks ago, about a month ago. But we're live all day this week, and to give back instead of transporting. I know you guys are setting up there, and it's a lot of work. We're giving away over $10,000 worth of packs, prizes, points, and everything the whole week. We'll be live all day Saturday, almost as if we were there.
Yeah.
But I do miss it, though. Now that I think about it, to see you guys, to see everybody there that I do business with, their company does business with, it's nice to shake hands and walk around and see everybody. Next year at Chicago, we'll go.
Good.
We were going to open up a 58 football cello pack. It just sold out. And we were going to bring it to the National and open it. And can you believe we pulled Jim Brown out of there?
Nice.
On the second card. So now it's really hit me like that pack belonged there at the National.
All right, so Jeremy Murray from Pristine Auctions, Murray Henderson, artist. We're looking forward to see you and James and see you guys at the National. Folks,
Thanks.
get on the NCC website. Click on the link and get your bids in because there are some fantastic items for great causes. With that being said, gentlemen, thanks for coming on board, and we'll see you in a couple of days.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Take care, guys. We'll see.
We're going to take a quick break. Charlie's going to be with us. By the way, Bob Broadwater from Collectibles Insurance is going to join us later on because I want to talk to him about all this stuff that's going on.
Okay.
And we're going to come back with another GAX from the blast from the past.
Wow.
Hang in there. We'll be right back.
Hi, everybody. I'm Rico Petrocelli from the Great American Collectibles Show, sitting next to my partner, Tom Zappala, who is doing nothing but aggravating me. Join us from July 24th to July 28th at the beautiful IX Center in Cleveland, Ohio, for the National Sports Collectors Convention. We are officially declaring that the month of July is It's Cool to Collect month.
How come I don't get to say anything in this commercial?
Well, because you never played in the majors and hit over 200 home runs.
Yeah, but I never went 0 for 32 either.
Yeah. Ouch. See you at the National. By the way, remember, the month of July is It's Cool to Collect month.
Since 1996, Brian Drent and the staff at Denver's Mile High Card Company have led the charge in the collectibles hobby. Mile High is a full-service dealer specializing in buying and selling cards and offers a competitive consignment program for all collectors. Whether it be their computerized want list service, appraisals, or auction services, Mile High has it all. If you've been searching for a company with a selection of high-grade vintage 1888 to 1970 baseball cards and memorabilia that shares your passion, aim high, Mile High. Go to milehighcardco.com or call 303-840-2784 for more information.
Hi, this is Dan from Memory Lane Auctions, here to remind you that the renowned Memory Lane Collectibles Company has served as a beacon of light to the collecting community for the past several decades. Indeed, folks, it has been our utmost privilege and pleasure to provide the most enthusiastic collectors with an abundance of the finest sports cards and memorabilia for America's most coveted sports personalities via our world-class auctions. Whether you choose either a private sale transaction or the auction route, Memory Lane cordially invites you to reach out to us to maximize the value of your prized possessions. Also, it is not just sales that we pride ourselves on being the best of the rest, because if you are seeking a particular keepsake for your esteemed gathering, we will be relentless in our quest to find that special piece to fulfill your collecting dreams. So no time to wait. Reach out to us today for the purposes of capitalizing on our unparalleled marketing capabilities. Simply pick up the phone and dial 877-606-5263. That's 877-606-LANE, or find us on the World Wide Web at www.memorylaneinc.com. Now is the time for your valued consignment to ultimately become another one of Memory Lane's record-setting prices.
This is Brian Drent, president of Mile High Card Company. Is your sports card and memorabilia collection properly insured? For easily replaced personal property, homeowners insurance is all most people need. But for prized possessions that you may have spent a lifetime collecting, it doesn't go nearly far enough. Collectibles Insurance Services has been insuring for over 50 years. They offer a full range of protection and a $0 deductible at an affordable rate with no appraisals required. I know because they insure my collection. If you have a minute, go to collectinsure.com and learn more about insuring your personal card or memorabilia collection.
How would you like to own the bat that was used by your favorite player when he hit that towering home run or game-winning base hit? Now look no further than JT Sports, specializing in the sale and authentication of professional game-used bats. As the official authenticators of professional model game-used bats for PSA DNA, JT Sports will guarantee the authenticity of any bat purchased from them. JT Sports also buys and sells game-worn uniforms, gloves, and baseball equipment. The unique quality of the collectible is what JT Sports is all about. Give them a call at 609-487-8003 or check them out at GameUseBats.com.
Sure. Yes.
Okay, we are back. And
Yes,
it
we
is
are.
time now for
Yeah?
a Gax blast
Nice.
from the past. This one here, a lot of people have seen this many times, but I was going through some of the archives, and I just thought this was appropriate because Lou Gehrig did so much for the game of baseball. I mean, do you agree with that? I mean, he was phenomenal.
He's a great player. I mean, of course.
So I decided for people to see, maybe a lot of the young collectors have not seen it,
Well-
but this is Lou Gehrig's farewell speech at Yankee Stadium.
Mark by playing in 2,130 consecutive games. Then a fatal disease attacked baseball's Iron Man. In Yankee Stadium, touched to tears by the tribute, Gary made his last public appearance.
For the past 2 weeks, you've been reading about a bad brag. Today, I consider myself the luckiest man on the face of the earth. When you look around, wouldn't you consider it privilege to associate yourself with such a fine-looking man as is standing in uniform in this ballpark today? That I might have been given a bad break, but I've got an awful lot to live for. Thank you.
Go ahead. He was. It was pretty tragic. It was
first time we heard of that disease. It's a terrible disease, but I don't know much about it. But I wonder if him playing in that many games in a row. I'm telling you, with the traveling,
you think it had something to do with it?
I don't know. I wonder if it did. But I've been. I had a friend who had that disease and went to see him at different stages, and it's a tough,
Charlie,
tough
I know it's a very, very difficult disease. The kid from Boston College, Lou Gehrig started it as far as getting it out there, what it was all about. Then the kid from Pete, what was his name? The kid from BC that played baseball. Then they did the Ice Bucket Challenge. And raise all that millions and millions of dollars for him. But anyway, in any event, you look at Lou Gehrig, you look at Babe Ruth, and they both died relatively young.
Yeah.
Both of them died
a lot of them.
relatively young,
Well, I think the average age wasn't it in the 50s or 60s
Back
in those
then,
days?
yeah, probably.
Back then, yeah. I mean, look how far we've come. So anyway, he
right.
was a great, great player.
He was.
Very nice.
All right, let's get back to our man here, Charlie. Charlie, so you've got some giveaways that you have going this week for the National. And what you're doing is it all ends on July 27th?
July 27th, we'll be live 12 hours from 12 o'clock in the afternoon to 12 o'clock midnight. We've been accumulating entries for our basketball wax pack giveaway, shop pack giveaway, and we're giving away some Mantle and Maze cards.
Now, wait a second. You said you're going to be open 12 hours consecutive?
On Saturday, yeah. We're live usually Monday through Saturday, 6 o'clock till about 10, 11, sometimes midnight.
Now, do you split it? Do you split it with the other co-host?
Yeah, we have Nick, another show host, and we just hired another kid, Jelly. He's doing a fantastic job. We try to find hosts that are very passionate about the product, about every card that we open. We were back as early as the 50s, all the way up to the 60s, 70s, 80s. So 3 show hosts to break it up. It's like a good 3-man rotation now.
Good.
To provide the energy and entertainment that we do with JRI Cards.
Tell us about the 1970 Topps basketball wax pack.
Yeah.
Well, one lucky winner is going to get that pack on Saturday. One lucky winner will get it. Every $100 spent gets you 1 entry to win. We also have a pack up there. It's a 79 Peach with Gretzky on the back. And I think that is going to end up opening probably that day. There's only about 104 spots left. And Wayne Gretzky's guaranteed in that 79 Peach. So we have so much going on. And I just told you we opened up that 58 football and pulled Jim Brown. We have so much going on that it's like a national show like every day for us at JRI. It's really good stuff.
Rick, what do you think of that 1970 basketball, those players from 1970? How good were they? I mean, remember who some of the I mean, that was like...
You're talking about when Bird was there?
Well, no, before Bird. Before Bird. Alcindor.
Yeah. Alcindor, right.
I mean, Jerry West, those guys were still playing. Elgin Baylor, those guys were all still playing in 1970.
I had some great players. It's a funny thing that every generation of players, seem to get better, or I don't know, but there are not many guys better than some of the players you mentioned. But we see, thankfully, great players. I tell you, you have to have superstars.
Yeah.
The sport needs them.
Charlie
Maravich was part of that class. Julius Erving came in 72. Will Chamberlain. Crazy thing about basketball cards, they made them in 48, Bowman. Then they waited till 57. That's when Topps came out with the cards, Bill Russell. Then they went 61. Fleer tried it. It was a test issue. Basketball just wasn't popular. 61 up to 1969, no basketball packs.
Right.
Zero.
Right.
They also repeated that 81, Bird and Magic's second year. 82, 83, 84, 85, no company made basketball cards.
So when do you think it took? When did it take hold? Did it take hold with the birth of Michael
Jordan?
With Jordan or Bird, Jordan, Magic, that era towards
Bird
the end.
and Magic, when they came into the league,
Yeah.
They played 79 in the championship, and they came into the league in 1979-80. Basketball was a business that no one was watching it. I remember even as a kid, nobody was watching basketball. It was a dying, even some of the cards we hold up.
Yeah.
There's nobody in the stands. And I joke, there must have been a pandemic because all the seats were empty. Basketball was struggling. So Bird and Magic got there, and then it started up again. And then you add Michael Jordan into the mix and all those great stars.
Dr. J.
The NBA was having some problems.
And then now obviously with Steph Curry and LeBron, and that new generation, it really has taken hold. And kids, young collectors are really into basketball.
Yeah, the Olympics are going to help. All these great players on the court at the same time. I just can't figure out when they're playing the game. It's 3 o'clock. It's 10 o'clock. It's over in Paris. But you get LeBron, Curry, and Durant, and all these great players representing USA. Now you got to root for all of them.
This team, by the way, has struggled a little bit.
Yeah, I saw that.
Against Sudan?
Sudan game. They won by one.
I mean, what was that all
favored
about?
by 43.
I'm sorry?
They were favored by like over 40.
Yeah. When you talk about those teams, the dream team, when you look at the roster on that first dream team, that has to be the single greatest basketball team ever assembled.
And they were old too. They were Bird, Magic, all the years.
Elijah Wan, Bird, Michael Jordan,
Mullin,
Clyde
Stockton.
Drexler, Chris Mullin, John Stockton. Oh my God, what a team that was! Charlie, tell us about the Shot Pack giveaway.
Shot Pack giveaway, same thing. Again, we're giving away in 1970. Somebody's going to get the entire pack. There's 10 cards, a pinup, and they'll get the wrapper. And that wrapper's worth a couple $100. That's how you can think the consistency of the pack. The Shot Pack giveaway, we're giving about 17 different shot packs out. Football, baseball, basketball, and hockey. Top 10 people. Sixth place actually gets 4 packs. We call it the Grand Slam. Seventh place gets 3 hockey packs. And these aren't the modern packs. LeBron's rookie year, Curry's rookie year, Jeter's rookie year, all the way down the line. Tom Brady, we're giving away a 2000 Bowman football pack. So it may not sound like a lot, but there could be a 6-7 figure card of one of those great GOATs in one of those packs.
Have you ever had, can you give us an example of a couple of times, and I know that, with some of your pack openings, people have hit home runs. Some of the more valuable cards that came out of a rip.
Oh, well, Michael Jordan in the 86, some of the packs that we opened.
Yeah.
As far as shot packs, we have pulled LeBron, numerous Tom Brady's. Derek Jeter's a great card, 93 Upper Deck SP. There's usually one foil rookie card per pack. Alex Rodriguez, still popular. He's always in the news, and people still chase his rookie card as well. Albert Pujols, Ichiro, if you go back to baseball. Basketball, Kevin Durant's rookie year. Steph Curry, James Harden rookie year. That's 2009. A lot of people do not realize the rookie year of the players. Like it's a lot of information to absorb, but our shot packs may contain some of these rare numbered cards. And we know Brady wasn't short printed. He was the 199th pick overall.
Right.
So he was he's like in sweatpants in some of the cards. He's in a lot of varieties, but of course his card, although it's not vintage because it's 2000, in 10, 20, 30 years, my kids, their kids' kids will look up to a guy like Brady, for example. ESPN did a great thing, the top 100 players since 2000, and there's some really good players. It's getting so broad range there.
Charlie,
but the shop packs, all good.
I was going to ask you about the packs. The most, what's the word I'm looking for? Most popular, I guess.
Desirable and popular because everybody's chasing the new guys, and I understand that. That's very important. Everybody's still looking for Ohtani and Judge's rookie year. They're about 5-6 years old now. But the shot packs, the packs that we have, you go back into time, and you're getting. Don't forget, these have never been touched. These packs. We sell them on the show. We open them live right then and there. Yeah. And if it's a big hit, I touch it. We send it to a grading company. They grade it, and then the customer gets it. They're almost like the founder of the card, the original owner. Yeah. Anybody can go buy a card online, already graded, but the thrill of actually virtually pulling it live on our show is great. And we've done it before. We've done it numerous times.
Charlie, have you ever gotten your hands on a real vintage pack? Not through a distributor, but I'm talking about something like a 1956 Topps baseball cello pack.
We got a 59 cello pack up there right now, 5th series, looking for Hank Aaron. I'm looking at it now. Brooks Robinson, Whitey Ford, authenticated by PSA, never opened in that cellophane. I'm still been doing this for over 6 years and still baffled by how did that pack and that cellophane's not exactly,
right, exactly. That's my question. I mean, that's unbelievable.
They're unopened.
All right,
so where do you get them from?
You can buy them through distributors. You can buy them at auctions, private sales.
Oh, okay.
Right.
So
people call us up.
Let me ask you a question.
Well, certainly.
You have a 1952 Topps unopened pack in front of you.
Yeah.
How many cards in a pack in a 52?
5 or 6, I think.
All right. It's right there sitting there. Mm-hmm. Do you open it? Or do you get it graded and slabbed?
I get it. I open it first.
Well, if you open it, you mean first. You can't do both.
So what are you talking about?
I'm going to ask the question
again.
Here
it is.
All right. So you have the chance of opening up and getting a 52 Mantle.
Right.
Or whatever, a Berra.
Yeah.
Or a Johnny Tillotson or one of those guys, 5 of those guys. So the value... I'm going to ask you this question, Charlie.
Hey,
what is the value of, what's the value of an unopened 52 pack?
About 200,000.
200,000. Unopened. Now, do you gamble and open it, or do you keep it closed?
If I owned it?
Yes. 200,000 if you don't touch it.
Why would as a dealer or
as a collector?
As a collector, I want to see it. I want it.
So you're going to open it.
I would open it probably.
So the value could conceivably go down from 200,000 to a couple $100.
I'd leave it. I wouldn't.
The wrapper's worth a couple thousand.
Right.
But see, what Nico just said, just rip it. That's what JRI stands for. We have customers selling us their packs because they can't open them. They don't want to open them. They're like, what you guys just discussed.
Right.
When it comes to us, we're opening it. I'm not going to buy a pack from you guys and put it in my storage closet.
Right.
We put it on the site, and now that person can see who sold it to us, what was in there. And you just brought up, that's the whole definition of JRI. We're just going to rip everything we get.
Wow.
That's interesting, Charlie.
Yeah.
It's
fun.
It's interesting.
It's the hunt. It's the thrill.
Yeah.
And we almost got that 52. It was sold by, I think, Heritage Auctions, and it was up there. And boy, what we do now is spectacles. We have a 79 O'Peach with Gretzky designated on the back. We're going to open that.
Very cool.
We're putting up a Bird Magic Urban 1980 basketball pack. They're guaranteed in there. We're trying to find through auction houses, estates, or people calling us designated packs. We opened up one with Mantle on the back about 8 months ago. Mickey Mantle was in the cellophane pack, and we revealed that also. It's fun to get him out of there.
All right, listen, we are chatting with
I know we got to take a break, but afterward, how did they know? Is it on the pack? The names that might be in there?
No, well,
all right.
Yeah, you can, of
do
course.
research.
You do,
on our website.
All right, listen, before we take a break, Charlie's in the house. It is time for On Deck with Rico.
Me?
Brought to us each week by our good friend, Brian Dwyer and the great staff at REA Auctions. Don't forget to get your bid in by going to robertedwardauctions.com. That's Robert Edward Auctions for extraordinary results and extraordinary service.
Even though he's from New York, we still love him. On deck with Rito Patricelli.
Okay, so this question was submitted by Nick Riccio.
All right.
Nick
Riccio, yeah.
Nick Riccio. You know Nick, right?
Oh, yeah. No, okay. I don't know, man.
Could your generation of players, Rico, compete with the generation of players today?
No.
Really?
Surprised you. Yeah, of course they could. Now, here it's you.
Charlie, jump in here too.
Wait, but you can't compare. You can try to compare different years, different generations. You know, all you want, because things have changed. The athletes today are faster, are bigger, stronger. They're not as good, we think, as fundamentally hitting the cutoff man or law. But we could be wrong. But I like the players of today. You see that Ohtani? Ohtani hit a ball, Charlie, against the Red Sox. I don't know if you saw it. I mean, 475 feet. This guy, he's like 6'3". He's a bull. I mean, he's strong. You look at the guys. So it's a different type of.
So today's players could compete back then too.
Yeah, I mean, believe me, a 95 mile an hour fastball, even higher. You see it enough. You start. The trigger is timing. Right, so you're looking for a real fast, 97, let's say, and you're gonna catch up with it.
All right, listen. Before we take a break, I was remiss.
Yes, you are.
The Gax Blast from the Past, brought to us by our good friend Paul Borges and PB Collectibles, your neighborhood card shop. Mm-hmm. Go to pbcollectibles.com to find that special card or piece of memorabilia. And Paul sponsors our Blast from the Past every week. All right, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, I think Bob Broadwater from Collectibles Insurance is going to join us. We have some questions for him. And we're going to wrap it up with our good friend, Charlie. Mr. Sicily Parrino. Hang in there. We'll be right back.
Hi, everybody. I'm Rico Petrocelli from the Great American Collectibles Show, sitting next to my partner, Tom Zappala, who is doing nothing but aggravating me. Join us from July 24th to July 28th at the beautiful IX Center in Cleveland, Ohio, for the National Sports Collectors Convention. We are officially declaring that the month of July is It's Cool to Collect month.
How come I don't get to say anything in this commercial?
Well, because you never played in the majors and hit over 200 home runs.
Yeah, but I never went 0 for 32 either.
Yeah. Ouch. See you at the National. By the way, remember, the month of July is It's Cool to Collect month.
Pristine Auction is a family-owned and operated online auction specializing in autographed memorabilia, sports cards, coins, art, and collectibles. Since their founding in 2010, they've grown to 2 facilities in Phoenix, Arizona, totaling over 60,000 square feet. Jared Cavalier and an incredible staff of over 150 team members serve a very large customer base and enjoy every minute of it. By working with leading authentication companies, Pristine ensures all items are 100% authentic. In addition, third-party authenticators regularly travel to Pristine Auction to provide authentication services on site. Pristine Auction strives to operate its business in a way that's honoring to God, their families, and their customers. With a strong focus on speed, quality, and premier customer service, their mission is to be the leading online auction for every level of collector and fan. Pristine also works for Hope Sports and Identity Hoops International, traveling to Mexico to build houses for the less fortunate. Pristine Auction offers several online auction formats with thousands of auctions ending each day. For more information, go to pristineauction.com. That's Pristine Auction, the best in the business.
If you're a discerning collector interested in owning the most important pieces in the hobby, look no further than Leland's Auctions. The original sports auction and appraisal house, Leland's was established in 1985 by legendary Pioneer founder Joshua Leland Evans. And today, President Mike Hefner carries on their tradition. From the Tom Brady card and memorabilia collection to the famed Boston Garden Auction to high-end card auctions from every major sport. Leland's has always maintained the highest standards. Go to Lelands.com and get your bid in. That's Leland's, the hobby's leading sports auction house for 4 decades.
It's often been said that championships are won on the practice field, and world records come only to those willing to work harder than everybody else. Heritage Auctions is the world's largest collectibles auctioneer because we believe that becoming the best is only an invitation to the challenge of remaining the best. This requires the skills of the hobby's top experts, capable of identifying and maximizing value for our consigners. It requires the most visited website in the industry, courting a global audience of collectors over 1.5 million strong. It requires a dedicated press department that expands our global reach far beyond the entrenched hobby marketplace. It's hard work, but a simple premise. Present the finest collectibles to the largest population of potential buyers, and world records will come. We invite all listeners to put the unmatched power of Heritage Auctions to work for you. Auction evaluations are always free, and our commission-based fee structure ensures that our interests are always aligned. The highest possible price for your collectibles. There will always be new world records to chase, so let's chase them together. Visit our website at ha.com and request your no-obligation review today.
Hi, this is Dan from Memory Lane Auctions, here to remind you that the renowned Memory Lane Collectibles Company has served as a beacon of light to the collecting community for the past several decades. Indeed, folks, it has been our utmost privilege and pleasure to provide the most enthusiastic collectors with an abundance of the finest sports cards and memorabilia for America's most coveted sports personalities via our world-class auctions. Whether you choose either a private sale transaction or the auction route, Memory Lane cordially invites you to reach out to us to maximize the value of your prized possessions. Also, it is not just sales that we pride ourselves on being the best of the rest, because if you are seeking a particular keepsake for your esteemed gathering, we will be relentless in our quest to find that special piece to fulfill your collecting dreams. So no time to wait. Reach out to us today for the purposes of capitalizing on our unparalleled marketing capabilities. Simply pick up the phone and dial 877-606-5263. That's 877-606-LANE, or find us on the World Wide Web at www.memorylaneinc.com. Now is the time for your valued consignment to ultimately become another one of Memory Lane's record-setting prices.
Hey, I'm Mike Petroselli. If your company is looking for the best in marketing and promotional items, you'll hit a home run with Petroselli Marketing. With over 8,000 suppliers and 650,000 imprint-ready items, we can get your company the visibility it needs to get your maximum exposure. Whether it be office promotions, wearables, automotive, sports items, and everything in between, Petroselli Marketing can do it all. Our design staff will even work with you from concept to delivery and customize your products. At Petroselli Marketing Group, we will get your brand in front of your audience. Contact us at info@petrosellimkt.com or call us at 603-880-3202. That's Petroselli Marketing, where no dream is impossible.
Yeah, you can also call 1-800-860-4623 or go to the website Petroselli, Petrocelli,
We know how to spell it.
MKT.com. Really, kid does a good job.
Free pens for everybody. Yeah. Listen, now we've got Bob Broadwater from Collectibles Insurance Services with us. Charlie's with us. But before, a little PSA from our good friend Tom Ruggie. In this month's episode of our friend Tom Ruggie's Significance of Wealth podcast, Tom talks with Barry Mizell from McGray Group about the groundbreaking work they've done in photo matching and authenticating the Babe Ruth called short jersey from the 1932 World Series. This jersey is estimated to fetch somewhere between $20 and $30 million and is set to become one of the most valuable pieces offered at auction in sports history. Tune in to Spotify or Apple Podcast to hear Tom host the Destiny Family Office Significance of Wealth podcast, or visit the Destiny Family Office YouTube channel. You're not going to want to miss this. And we are going to be posing for pictures, you and I, with the Babe Ruth called shot jersey at the National. We were asked to.
Oh, that's nice.
Maybe we can put it on you.
Yeah, right.
Just go like that.
That's the Babe's.
Right?
He was a little heavier than I was.
Not much. All right. Let's chat with our good friend. Now, Collectibles Insurance Services has been with us, I think, just about since day one, along with all of our great sponsors. And, we talk about the importance of insurance often. But, Bob, I want to ask you this question. With all of the news about the thefts and the break-ins and the stealing and robberies that are going on in the collectibles hobby, can you please let our audience know how important it is to have theft insurance?
It's very important now more so than ever. We're seeing it on our side as well. Unfortunately, there is a significant uptick in personal property theft, and these collections are being targeted at shows, at people's homes. And it's certainly something we're seeing the increase of, and just want to make our audiences aware of how to safeguard those and to make sure they have adequate insurance in place.
So can you give us some tips on how to safeguard your collection?
Yes, absolutely. We work with all our dealers and collector partners. If you have high-valued cards, you should have a central station alarm at your home that's monitored. Should there be a break-in, keep the high-valued cards in a safe, hopefully a fireproof one, because the criminals are more brazen than ever, and they are really targeting and trying to get access to your cards. And certainly when attending a show, that's when we're seeing it. Make sure the cards are always being watched by yourself or an authorized representative, because it happens fast, unfortunately, and we're seeing more of it.
Charlie, you can jump in here. I mean, from an insurance standpoint, as a dealer, how important is it to be insured?
It's very important. We actually use Collectibles Insurance. They're a really great insurer. We're live all these nights, and every night, religiously, somebody will come in, fire, theft, water. Water's the big thing. Everybody's cards are in the basement, so your wife or your mom doesn't throw them away. They're hidden. But water damage could do it also, and it's a good thing to do, because a lot of people don't realize the value of the cards have gone up. Like Rico's card went up, and you have to insure them. You insure everything in life.
Now, can you gentlemen please explain to this gentleman how important it is to have his memorabilia collection insured for probably more than it's insured?
I don't have any memorabilia.
You don't? Okay.
No. What are you talking about?
Oh, then can I get into that room? Do you mind if I go into that room again?
Yeah, let's do it soon. Actually.
See?
Or at least insure it until you get into that.
No. I promised Rico. I'm going to get he and I, without the wives, we're going to catalog everything in that room.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So I got to take the machine guns out,
everything. Hey, Bob, you're going to be at the National, correct?
Yes, as well as our team members will be there also. So happy to chat with anyone who's there, who has questions and how to get a quote.
Again, we cannot stress the importance, especially in today's world, of having insurance. And you guys have been, I think, at the forefront of insurance for the hobby. I mean, you guys have been doing it for how long now, Bob?
We've been doing it over 50 years. We started insuring stamp and coin collections, and that evolved into sports 20 years ago. And it's our fastest growing segment still. Is also the segment where we see the values continue to move up.
And the other thing is, correct me if I'm wrong, but you have a passion for the hobby. You're a collector, or you were a collector, right?
I am a collector too. Not of sports, unfortunately, but I do collect antique train sets, the old Lionel trains, and model airplanes as well.
American Flyer is worth much.
What's that?
American Flyer train sets.
Yeah,
I mean, they were like the Avis, right? Hertz was the Lionel, and American Flyer was like the Avis.
Correct. Yes, I would tell you that the old cast iron Lionel sets, the Union Pacific sets, that just pre or post World War II, are, if they're in great condition, they can be worth a bit.
I had a train set.
I had Lionel.
What happened to him?
Little smoke.
Yeah,
like everything else.
What happened?
Throw them out.
The window. My father was not as well off as your father.
Oh yeah.
So we had an American Flyer set set up in our basement. Huge thing on like 2 things of plywood. And then my brother and we decided to destroy it. What we did was we set the tracks so that the train would go flying off the table.
Oh, God.
That's what we did. Zero deductibles, Bob. Tell us about a deductible.
It's a $50 deductible, and standard causes of loss. Water is a big one. Theft, accidental breakage, fire. I would just add, if you're storing it in a basement, keep it protected from water.
Yeah.
Attic, keep it protected from temperature variations. It's hot. So those are just things to be aware of when storing them.
Is there an uptick? You see the whole gamut. Is there an uptick in memorabilia versus cards, or is it about 50-50?
Say there's an uptick in cards.
Really?
We're seeing more and more than we have recently. Memorabilia has been steady, but cards and valuations, we continue to see movement there.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Gotta have.
Before we let you go, are you seeing an uptick in modern cards or vintage or both?
We see it all, honestly. We see both. Our coverage is blanket coverage to market value at the time of loss. So as long as you keep an adequate policy limit, it will track with the current value of the card, and it fills that common homeowner's gap. We only ask for scheduling of items if the individual item is $25,000 or greater. Otherwise, it's blanket coverage.
All right, so we're going to let you go. Charlie, we're going to let you go. Our viewers and listeners, I know that we have viewers out there, because I talk to them, that are not insured.
Oh,
you gotta do it. You've got to bite the bullet, get your collections insured. Do you know what your booth number is going to be, Bob? Booth.
I don't know off the top of my head.
Every time I ask that question, nobody knows what they're. So, but I'll tell you what you can do. You can go on the NSCC website, click on the link that says, something like floor something or other. Type in Collectibles Insurance Services, and it'll tell you exactly where it is and a GPS to get you there. Pretty cool app that they just added. So that'll be great. All right, with that being said, Mr. Parrino, we're going to miss you at the National. I am personally going to miss you.
Yes.
Because I figured you'd at least bring for a slice of pizza, but you're out.
You'll be watching this from the National. You'll be watching this. Fully staffed, ready to go.
And Bob, thanks so much for joining us. We hope to bump into you at the National. Stop by and see us. Remember, Rico and I are going to be at the Burka stage, and we're going to be at the
Friday, right?
we're going to be at the lounge, at the GTS lounge. We're going to be hanging out there. Stop by and say hi to us.
Yeah, we'll be drunk.
Yeah, we will. With that being said, thank you guys. Thank you, Charlie.
Yep.
Thank you, Bob. See you guys at the National. And by the way, real quickly, next week and the week after will be each hour of the National will be broadcast right here. With that being said, happy collecting.
Great stuff.
Thanks again. Bye, guys.
The views and opinions expressed by the hosts, guests, or callers of this program do not necessarily reflect the opinions of the Studio 21 Podcast Cafe, the United Podcast Network, its partners, or affiliates.